See this spectrum? It's another gearbox. This one's shown on a linear amplitude scale. The next one you see has a logarithmic scale. No contest, is there? The log scale just shows a whole lot more. See the two blue components in the spectrum? The first one's vibrating more than the second one. Same spectrum, same components, but this time on a log scale. Now see what happens as the two vibrations double. On the linear scale, you can see that the big one doubled, but did you also notice the small one double? I doubt it. On the log scale, you could easily see the effect of both of them, and so you should, because they're both equally serious and they both increase by the same amount, 6 dB. Now that's clear enough, isn't it?
You know what, Moose? You're beginning to make sense to me.
Okay, John, we're almost at the end. Commandment 9 is about averaging. And remember, this is an important one because our competitors don't even really understand this concept.
But my next point concerns averaging. You see, when you're working with rotating machinery, you must make sure that the data on which you base your decisions contains contributions from as many machine cycles as possible to ensure that you have a reliable, reproducible measurement. Without averaging, false alarms are guaranteed.
To get a sensible result to base your decisions on, you've got to make sure your analysis includes contributions from every part of the machine cycle. And that's just what averaging does, and it's especially important on slow-moving machinery, where a discrete fault like a bad rolling element may not even show itself during one machine cycle. This spectrum shows that it takes 10 averages to smooth out the fluctuations that can cause false alarms.
But that means that I have to do a lot of measurements on each machine at each point. I don't have the time for that.
Yeah, but your only alternative is that you have a whole load of measurement points in a continuous state of alarm. That means each one requires attention. Remember your boys, do you think they're going to like that? Well, Dick, that brings me straight on to my final point.
This is it, John. Commandment 10. The class concept and process parameters. And if you forgive the pun, we're in a class of our own.
Do you believe that the condition of your machines is the only factor which causes a vibration change?
Well, you would be tempted to believe that, considering what all the other guys from your competition has been telling me. But I know for a fact that it's not like that. One of my blowers, for instance, it really starts screaming if I turn up the suction.
Exactly. And that's why when you establish your reference data, you must specify the process conditions associated with that reference. And when you make new measurements, you must also note the process parameters associated with that new measurement. The only way to make relevant comparison is to make sure that the comparison is made in the same process class. Then you don't get false alarms.
What's a process class?
That's the range which the process conditions can change without causing a significant change in vibration behavior. If you look at this.
Everyone knows that vibration spectra vary with time, and maintenance people know that vibration varies with process conditions. Because production demands dictate process conditions must also vary with time. Only the Brulen-Kerr class concept can solve this complex problem.
So that means it's like making sure you're actually comparing apples with apples and not apples with pears.
Exactly. I couldn't have put it better myself. I think you finally got it.
You know what, Moose? You might not be the baboon I thought you were when you came in here.
Nice of you to say so. Funny, an awful lot of people make that mistake.
That's it, John. You've done well. Now, it's time to summarize.
Concept number 1, use vibration. Concept number 2, use high quality accelerometers and use them properly. Concept number 3, use the vibration parameter with the flattest spectrum. Concept number 4, look for relative changes from the reference. Concept number 5, detect changes on the vibration spectrum. Concept number 6, use CPB, that's constant percentage bandwidth spectra. Concept number 7, use speed compensation. Concept number 8, use log frequency and amplitude scales. Concept number 9, use spectrum averaging. And concept number 10, identify the process parameters and use the class concept. You get that, Dick?
Yeah.